Hi, I'm Mark Keefe with American Rifleman. I'm here with my longtime friend Rob Leatham. Rob, of course, is one of the greatest pistol shooters of all time.
Well, thank you.
And you have something here that's a little different for Springfield. This is the XDS, of course, but this is the Mod.2. So most people are familiar with the 45 and some of the 9mm from the original XDS, but a lot of engineering has gone into changing this pistol up.
Well, the first version was the 45, and then we did the XDS Mod.2 and 45. Mod.2 basically is a total upgrade, you know, from grip to sights to shapes to triggers to everything. One of the goals was to make our most popular handgun for concealment use, which is the XDS, in the most popular caliber, which is 9mm. So that's what we've got here. So much has happened here. We've made the barrel thinner. You know, the original version was a 45 first, and then we just made the hole smaller in the barrel. So now it's really a 9mm barrel. Dropped a couple ounces right there alone off the weight. It has a newly designed grip safety that has an extension piece on it.
Kind of like a memory pad.
Exactly, kind of like the memory pad. Although I don't know why it ever came up with that term.
I don't either.
But it still works very, very well.
I forget.
It's got a higher undercut underneath the trigger guard to let you get up higher. It's got a beaver tail grip safety to let you get higher to the line of bore for increased controllability. It's got an improved sight system. If you get a good chance to look at it, it's got a rear notch that's round on the bottom and very wide, and it has the Mariglow Pro Glow front sight. It's tritium with a luminescent ring around it, so it's really easy to see quick. And let's face it, if you're going to need this gun, it's going to happen fast.
So when you go through just the rest of the grip frame here, just the texturing has completely changed, and it really interacts with all the parts of your hands and helps the gun stay in your hand.
Well, one of the biggest changes we made was to follow that new texturing process we introduced a few years ago on the XD lines. And for the Mod.2, it was just, what's enough? You know, do you want it so smooth that it can't possibly catch on anything, to the point where it's too coarse, where it catches on clothing? So there's kind of a finite position you have to get there. So we've added texture to the spots that are going to help you control the gun, and we've changed the shape in that area. It's a little more roundy. I don't know if roundy is a real word, but a little more roundy, a little more ergonomically designed. But instead of being flat on the front strap, they're a very subdued finger groove in there. And on a small gun, it's a little of everything. It's the shape and the texture that really gives you a good grip and allows you to control the gun.
So Rob, one of the most important aspects of any firearm is its magazine, and you have elected to stay with a single stack magazine. This is the same magazine?
It's the same magazine that was for the previous version of it. The grip sleeves are different, but the magazine is the same. So
this gun comes with a 7-round magazine, so 7 rounds of 9mm. There's a flat base plate, and then you've got this little pinky groove here. Then there's also a 9-round magazine.
Right, there's a +2 magazine. So 7 rounds in the flush fit, 9 rounds in the extended one. And with the extended one, you also get that the grip sleeve that when you stick it in the gun, let me just put it in there, Mark. It actually increases the length enough that all your fingers are on it. So if you didn't need the gun for the concealment option at that point, and we're willing to take a little more size, that's going to give you a better grip to control the gun a little bit better.
And you're going to have 10 rounds on it.
Right, and then it's 9+1, so you've got 10 rounds of 9mm. We stayed with a single stack magazine because we really, you know, it's hard to give everybody everything. But the fact is, there's nothing more important than reliability. And a single stack magazine is the easiest magazine to make that will withstand the most abuse and dirt and garbage in there. And so that's why we stayed with that. Plus it keeps it nice and skinny. It's less than 1 inch thick.
So this gun is actually a whole new lower grip frame that's designed around the 9mm cartridge, as opposed to taking your 45 grip frame and kind of making it a 9mm.
Right, the first version, the Gen 1, shall we call it, of the gun, the frames were identical except for the spacing that was inside to adapt it to the 9mm magazine. This frame is actually smaller for the 9mm. The barrel's smaller. This is a 9mm, not a 45 in 9. This is a true 9mm.
Now this gun, you guys have put 25,000 rounds through one of them.
Right.
And obviously you spent a lot of time at the range with this gun. How has the shootability improved from the Mod 1 to the Mod 2?
Well, I would say the biggest factor you notice right off the bat is just the feel of the grip in your hand. During the recoil cycle, the gun's very easy to control. The trigger pulls on the previous gun were very good also. This one's shortened up a little bit, so there's a little less movement for that reset. A lot of people are hot on that. The sights on the new gun are far better. than the previous one. I mean, these sights are good on any gun. These would be a good choice for a competition gun sight. And on top of that, they're fast and easy to use for self-defense. So that's a huge improvement. It weighs a couple ounces less. I mean, that's a huge factor too, but you've nailed it. It is really the frame, because that's the part that interacts between the shooter and the gun, is where you grab it. The contact point on the back, this is very, very comfortable. The new grip safety is, you can never say never, right? But I've never, with any of our guns, had a problem depressing the grip safety, and this one's just got to be better. It's an improved design.
So some of the hallmarks of the XD, of course, is it's got a passive firing pin safety, it's got the grip safety, and of course it's got a blade safety in the front of the trigger.
Right.
So for people who appendix carry or off-body carry, there's a little extra comfort, a little extra margin.
Right. It becomes an issue of feeling comfortable carrying the gun in the condition it's supposed to be carried, which is with a round in the chamber. That's what gets you your capacity, and that's what allows you to get the gun into operation as quickly as possible. Coming with that, of course, is the factor, well, do I feel comfortable and safe using the gun in that capacity? And the trigger can't pull without the grip, without the trigger safety being depressed. If you don't have the grip safety depressed, the trigger bar can't move any further. If you don't depress and pull, it doesn't push the passive safety out of the way of the striker. So all those things have to happen before the gun can shoot.
So you have the pressure on the grip safety as well as the depression of the trigger. So it's a very, very safe system for a striker.
Exactly.
For more on the new XDS Mod 2, go to Springfield-Armory.com.